and I teach workshops, and I'm appearing on TV shows in Japan.
Oh, great, great. Yeah, I saw one of your interview shows in one of your shows about interview from Japan when you have a case in Japan.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And when did you start communicating with animals?
Actually, I started when I was a child. I was always very intuitive, and it actually, to be honest, the intuition skills run in my family, so I'm not the only one. So I started as a child, and just my earliest memories, I was able to mostly empathize, but then I also started to get more messages from them as I got a little bit older. So from childhood.
Oh, interesting. And so it's good that it runs in your family, so you were more accepted with your gift.
Yes, it was. And it's interesting because at the time, I don't remember anything from my childhood about, really being told to hide it. But we also never shared it. So in my family, it was accepted. And I just thought it was normal. I guess that's why I didn't think that, I don't know, I guess I just thought it was normal.
Very, very nice. So how did your friends, when your family accepted it, everybody accepted? How about your friends?
Actually, I never talked about it with my friends. And that's why when I looked at your interview question, I went, wow, I really thought about that. I don't recall ever being told to hide it, but I also don't recall ever sharing it. So I'm thinking there maybe was some sort of dynamic that me as a child, I learned that, well, we just don't talk about that outside of the family. So my friends never knew. In fact, many of my friends never knew until I became a professional animal communicator. And then they went, oh, okay. And they seemed to accept it.
Oh, that's great. That is so nice. Which state do you live? Oregon?
Well, actually, I live physically my house is in California, but I'm right on the Oregon border, and the nearest closest town is in Oregon, so I identify as an Oregonian, but officially I'm in California.
But you have lived in Japan also, isn't it?
Actually, I haven't lived there, but I've visited there so many times. I go over to film the TV shows, and I think I've made 20 trips now, and each trip is usually a couple of weeks.
Oh.
So yeah, I've been going over for a long time. So I love Japan. I love my time there, and I'm very comfortable there now. I love it there.
How come? How did you start going to Japan? Did they hear about you and called for a TV show or?
Actually, yeah, I got shortly after I became a professional animal communicator, I was contacted, and they said that they were looking for an animal communicator, and they did a series of interviews. And so I met with a producer and a cameraman in Medford, Oregon, and they did this interview. What I didn't know at the time was it wasn't just an interview, it was also a screen test and a test of my abilities. I did not know that. I just showed up going, hi, how you doing? And there's a camera there, and I went, oh. So they did a series of interviews, and I don't know how many they interviewed, but I did learn on that trip they interviewed 6 animal communicators. And like I say, I don't know how many total, but I was fortunate enough that I'm the one they chose that they wanted to do the show. And I've been doing it since 2006, so 12 years now.
So animal communication is very well known in Japan.
Actually, it is, and this is the huge blessing because the TV show I'm on is the #1 primetime show in Japan, which is a Saturday night at 7:30. That's
God.
In Japan, that is their #1 primetime spot, and this show is on that spot. And then they film these segments, and when the show decides, they put my segments on that show. So that has made it broadcast all over Japan and then the Asian countries. So it's an amazing, amazing opportunity and honor, and I'm so blessed to still be doing it after all these years.
And also, it's very good for the animals there. I mean, Japan is known for dolphin hunting, whale hunting. So people are getting more conscious about that animals are conscious. They think, they're intelligent as us. They feel, isn't it? good. So many people, how many people watch the show? Do you have any idea?
Well, actually, I did have a conversation, and I was told that 1 in 5 people in Japan are aware of this show.
Oh,
They at least
awesome.
know about the show. They have a huge demographic, and the target audience for this show is from age 5 to 95. So it's all family related. They present it in a way that the kids love it, but it's also entertaining for adults.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another huge blessing. I don't know how many millions of people watch it, but it has to be millions of people watching it.
Oh
so.
my God, that is so great.
Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't notice. I didn't realize that for a couple of years. Otherwise, I probably would have just freaked out. Like, oh! So I was very blissfully ignorant for quite a while. It took a couple of years for me to fully understand the gravity of not only this honor, but my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I go, I better not mess it up.
Oh, do you think there's an awakening for animal communication and the quantum world everywhere in the world?
You know, I do, and part of that is because, and I was thinking about this a couple months ago, I do because I'm still appearing on this TV show after 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does that show have great longevity, but, you know, the producers aren't going to do anything unless it has ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would cancel the segment. The fact that they have not canceled the segment shows me that they're getting ratings.
Mm-hmm.
That means that more people are awakening. And not just with this TV show, but all over. I think it's getting to be much more accepted. Mm-hmm. And here in the U.S., there's actually quite a lot of what I call psychic shows. There's Ghost Hunters, there's Psychic Files, there's, you know, there was a drama, even though it was a scripted drama. So, I mean, I think that all in this all together, I think there is an overall awakening. And I think that's much the better for the animals.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Can we have a break here? Because I'm just going to check if everything is okay. I'm getting paranoid if this. Sorry for that.
Oh.